Now, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Christian Collins. I'm a forecaster here at Storm and your host today for the tropical alert. Decent much to talk about, especially with the former tropical storm Erin, now Hurricane Erin. We can see this big blob right here is that system. We have a lot of those reds, those blacks, those whites, those pinks in this area, indicating an intensifying system. This kind of shrimp tail area right here, where we're seeing those reds, once again, those more reds, those white areas and those black areas, those are intense thunderstorms ahead of this system, and that is wiping out all the dry air that could hinder the intensification of the system, and that is a telltale sign that this storm is continuing to strengthen. And that does line up with what the National Hurricane Center is saying. Hurricane status right now, this will continue through hurricane status, some impacts towards the northern Antilles and to portions of the Leeward Islands here. Tropical storm watches are in effect for those areas. But by 2 a.m. Sunday, major hurricane status, Category 3. National Hurricane Center expecting this with a Category 4 storm with winds of 140 miles an hour. Also noting that it could be stronger than that, stronger than forecasted, is what they are saying. Now, tropical storm force winds Friday 8 p.m. This will be kind of just white out in the middle of nowhere for right now. But as we get into early morning Saturday, could see some of those tropical storm force wind impacts throughout the day Saturday. Saturday 2 a.m. towards the northern Antilles. We get Saturday 8 a.m., Saturday 2 p.m. Those are Puerto Rico impacts. Even could see some impacts towards the Dominican Republic. And these are going to be flooding concerns and tropical storm force winds of 40 to 60 miles an hour. Just depends on how south and how west this storm continues. And one thing that we are continuing to track is that this is going to be a northern shift. And we do look at model guidance. We can see that many of the models, if not all of them, are consistent in a northern shift. We look at the model guidance right here, the model track. This is where we're at right now. This continues out, impacts towards portions of the islands down here before this continues off with a shift to the north and to the northeast. Now we do look at the intensity guidance, and almost all of the models are predicting this to remain a major hurricane as it continues that shift. So definitely continuing to watch that. It does look like this is going to end up becoming a fish storm in relation to this impacting the United States. Could see some big waves, but besides that, we're not watching anything too major for the United States. One thing that we can watch, though, is the intensity on satellite. This storm is expected to be a very, very intense one, with many of these models predicting it to become Category 3, Category 4, in line with what the National Hurricane Center is saying. So definitely smart. Keep an update on this. Keep an eye out on it just in case anything does track. We still have that cone of uncertainty, but overall, this storm is looking like it's going to continue out to the ocean after impacting the Antille Islands and the Leeward Islands. So thankfully, there's a plus there. One thing that we're also watching is this little Invest 98L out towards the Gulf of Mexico, this big blob of thunderstorms. The National Hurricane Center was expecting this to become some sort of tropical depression, maybe even a tropical storm, but there's no closed low found within recon flights, so just some thunderstorms, maybe some flooding potential out here towards the Brownsville, the Corpus Christi area of Texas. Nothing too major, but definitely keep an eye out, like I said, for that flooding. Now, these are hurricane safety tips. Feel free to look at them if you would like. Going to get out of the way for a minute, but these are things you can do to keep yourself safe in the event of a hurricane. And this is not something that is expected with Erin directly, a direct landfall towards a major population, but we're still going to see those tropical storm force issues, and this system goes for any other tropical system that could impact this area, this thing right here. So have first aid kit, supplies ready, bring your loose items in, trash cans, things of that nature. Keep your electronic charged. And one thing that I do want to stress enough is stay up to date with your local weather offices and officials, as well as this website right here, the National Hurricane Center website. This is the most important thing that forecasters use, and you can use it as a member of the public too. My name is Christian. You're watching Storm. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.